Have you ever noticed that your balance isn't quite what it used to be, but you can't pinpoint exactly why? Maybe you've started reaching for walls as you walk, taking smaller steps on uneven ground, or pausing before stepping off a curb. It doesn't always start with a fall. More often, it's a series of small moments that quietly chip away at your confidence, until one day, the fear of falling becomes loud and persistent. Here's the part most people don't realize. Balance doesn't disappear overnight. In most cases, it gradually fades due to 5 common, but preventable, mistakes. The upside? Once you understand what those mistakes are, you can stop the decline and even regain the stability you thought you'd lost. In this video, we'll walk you through each of the 5 mistakes and show you simple, practical ways to fix them. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, these tips could mean the difference between moving cautiously and striding fearlessly. Let's jump in. Before we begin, a quick request. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It helps us share these important lessons with more people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. If you're still with me, leave a comment with number 1 below. If you didn't find it helpful, comment number 0 so I can improve the content for you. Now, let's get started. Mistake 1: neglecting ankle and foot strength. Most people think balance is all about the brain, or maybe the core and hips. While those areas are important, your balance actually starts much lower, at your feet and ankles. These small but powerful structures are your body's first line of defense against instability. Every time you walk on uneven ground, step off a curb, or catch yourself from tripping, your ankles react instantly to keep you upright. They make subtle adjustments, absorb impact, and send crucial sensory signals to your brain. But as we age, we tend to stop challenging our feet and ankles. We wear heavily cushioned shoes that do the work for us. We walk only on flat, predictable surfaces. We avoid going barefoot. As a result, the muscles, tendons, and ligaments in our feet weaken. Over time, our ankles become stiff and unresponsive, no longer able to correct even the smallest missteps. This leads to hesitation, instability, and a growing risk of falling. Take George, a 76-year-old man I once worked with. No major injuries, great eyesight. But still, he was stumbling more than before. "It's like my feet don't react fast enough," he told me. When we checked his ankle mobility, it was shockingly limited. Years of disuse had caused his feet to go to sleep. But after just 2 weeks of doing simple exercises, like foot circles for mobility, towel scrunches for arch strength, and standing calf raises, his balance noticeably improved. "I never realized how much my feet mattered," George said. "Now I can actually feel them working again." Want to test your own foot and ankle strength? Try standing barefoot and lifting onto your tiptoes. Do you wobble? Next, stand on one foot. Do your ankles respond quickly or feel weak and unsteady? If they feel shaky, don't worry, you're not alone. But it's a clear sign that your foundation needs attention. The good news? Strengthening your feet and ankles doesn't require a gym membership or fancy equipment. It starts with reawakening those underused muscles. Walk barefoot on natural, varied surfaces like grass or sand. Use a tennis ball to massage and loosen tight spots under your feet. Stretch your calves daily to keep them flexible. Most importantly, practice slow, controlled movements that force your feet to engage, like heel-to-toe walking or mindful pacing. These exercises help retrain your feet to support you, rather than relying on walls or furniture. When your feet and ankles are strong, the benefits ripple through your whole body. Your posture improves. Your steps become smoother and more confident. You recover faster from slips. You'll notice the difference in everyday movements, turning quickly, stepping sideways, or reacting to sudden shifts in direction. It may seem like a small detail, but neglecting foot and ankle strength is often the first domino to fall in the slow breakdown of balance. Strengthen them, and you give your entire body a fighting chance to stay steady, confident, and resilient. If you're still watching and finding value in this video, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're still here. Your time is appreciated. Thank you for spending it with me. Mistake 2. Avoiding balance training. Altogether. The second major mistake is subtler but just as damaging: avoiding balance training entirely. At first glance, this seems harmless. After all, most people don't consider balance a skill that needs practice. We assume it's automatic, like breathing. But balance is far more complex than we realize. It's a finely tuned collaboration between your muscles, joints, inner ear, vision, and nervous system. And like any skill, if you don't use it, you lose it. As we grow older, we naturally become more cautious. We walk slower to avoid tripping. We steer clear of uneven ground. We stop reaching for high shelves or turning quickly. While this caution may prevent short-term stumbles, it creates a dangerous long-term cycle. The less we challenge our balance, the weaker it becomes. Our muscles forget how to react swiftly. Our brain receives fewer signals from underworked nerves. Our confidence in movement erodes, making us even more hesitant. A self-perpetuating decline. Linda, a 73-year-old woman I trained, summed it up perfectly. I just try not to move too fast anymore. When we tested her balance with simple drills, standing with her feet close together, walking heel to toe in a straight line, she was stunned by how unsteady she felt. I had no idea I'd lost that, she said. I thought I was being careful, but I was making myself weaker. The solution isn't to take up extreme balance challenges or risk dangerous stunts. It's about small, consistent efforts that reintroduce instability in a controlled way. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth. Practice slow, flowing Tai Chi movements to improve coordination. Walk heel to toe along a straight line, arms outstretched for stability. Even simply standing with your feet together and closing your eyes for a few seconds can sharpen your body's awareness. These subtle exercises do more than strengthen muscles. They rewire your brain-body connection. They teach your system how to adjust, recover, and stabilize efficiently. Over time, they rebuild not just physical stability, but also confidence. A person with strong balance moves with assurance. They stride through crowds without hesitation. They reach for objects without second-guessing their footing. Most importantly, they trust their body to respond when needed. Avoiding balance training might feel safe in the moment, but it's a silent thief, stealing agility, reaction speed, and independence over time. The antidote? Embrace small challenges daily. Balance isn't just about staying upright. It's about staying capable, fearless, and free in your movements for years to come. Mistake 3. Using improper or unstable footwear at home. One of the most common, yet frequently overlooked, mistakes that seniors make, one that appears deceptively minor but carries serious, potentially life-altering consequences, is wearing inappropriate footwear around the house, or, even more dangerously, walking barefoot on slippery surfaces. At first glance, this might seem like a trivial concern, something hardly worth serious consideration amidst the many health challenges that come with aging. However, the reality is far more concerning. Improper footwear stands as one of the leading preventable causes of falls in the home environment, incidents that can result in fractures, hospitalizations, and a devastating loss of independence. Our feet serve as the very foundation of our balance, functioning as our body's natural stabilizers and shock absorbers. They are biomechanical marvels containing dozens of bones, joints, muscles, and nerve endings that work in perfect harmony to keep us upright and mobile. When we compromise this delicate system by wearing shoes with inadequate arch support, loose slippers that slide off at every step, or, worst of all, walking barefoot on smooth, hard surfaces like hardwood, tile, or laminate flooring, we essentially disable our body's first line of defense against falls. Without proper grip, cushioning, and structural support, our feet cannot perform their essential functions, leaving us vulnerable to slips, trips, and dangerous stumbles, particularly when navigating uneven surfaces, area rugs, or sudden changes in floor elevation. Consider the case of Jack, a formerly active 79-year-old retiree who never gave much thought to his indoor footwear choices. For years, I just padded around the house in socks, even at night when I'd get up to use the bathroom, he recalled. This casual approach changed dramatically after one terrifying evening, when his foot slid out from under him on a small throw rug. I caught myself at the last second on the doorframe, he said, his voice still tinged with the fear of that moment. But here's the thing. It wasn't the rug's fault. When I thought about it, I realized my socks had no traction at all. I've been skating around my own house for years without realizing how much risk I was taking. The problems caused by improper footwear extend far beyond simple slipping hazards. Shoes with thin, worn-out soles offer minimal shock absorption, transmitting excessive force to joints with each step and potentially exacerbating arthritis pain. Footwear that's too loose or has smooth, worn-down treads allows the foot to slide around inside the shoe, creating instability with every movement. Conversely, shoes with excessive cushioning or elevated heels, even modest ones, can be equally dangerous as they diminish proprioception, our body's ability to sense its position in space. By reducing the foot's direct contact with the ground, this delayed feedback makes it harder for our brain to make the micro adjustments needed to maintain balance, particularly when encountering unexpected obstacles or surface changes. So, what constitutes truly supportive, stability-enhancing footwear? The ideal shoes for fall prevention share several crucial characteristics: firm arch support to maintain proper foot alignment, a flat yet flexible sole that allows natural foot movement while providing solid contact with the ground, and high-quality, non-slip treads that maintain traction on various surfaces. For outdoor wear, look for well-constructed walking shoes or sneakers from reputable brands known for their support and durability. Indoors, consider specially designed non-slip house shoes or slippers with secure fastenings. Avoid backless styles or use high-quality grip socks featuring silicone traction patterns on the soles. It's essential to understand that we're not simply recommending shoes for aesthetic reasons or even basic comfort. We're talking about equipping your feet with the tools they need to perform their life-sustaining work of keeping you upright and mobile. The wrong footwear choices, whether inside or outside the home, can subtly erode your confidence in movement, making you more tentative and increasing fall risk. Proper shoes, by contrast, work in harmony with your body's natural balance systems, providing the stable foundation needed for secure, confident movement. This represents one of the simplest yet most impactful changes you can implement immediately. Take a critical look at your current footwear. Do your shoes fit properly without being too tight or too loose? Do they provide adequate arch support and have sufficient tread? Are the soles flexible yet supportive? If your current shoes fall short in any of these areas, consider replacing them as soon as possible. While it may seem like a small adjustment, upgrading your footwear can yield dramatic improvements in balance, significantly reducing your fall risk while enhancing your overall mobility and independence. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake 4. Over-reliance on furniture or walls to walk. The fourth critical mistake that significantly undermines balance in older adults, one that often develops gradually and insidiously, is the excessive dependence on furniture, walls, countertops, or other stationary objects for support when moving about the home. While this behavior may provide an immediate sense of security in the moment, it represents what experts call a false safety that accelerates balance decline over time, ultimately increasing rather than decreasing fall risk. Every time you grip a chair back for support, press a palm against the wall for stability, or shuffle along while leaning heavily on countertops, you're sending a powerful subconscious message to your neuromuscular system. I don't trust you to keep me upright on your own. With repetition, this reliance on external supports initiates a vicious cycle. The less you challenge your body's natural balance mechanisms, the weaker and less responsive they become. The muscles most crucial for maintaining stability, particularly those in your ankles, legs, hips, and core, gradually atrophy from disuse, while the complex neural pathways coordinating balance and spatial orientation become less efficient due to a lack of practice. The story of Sarah, a 75-year-old grandmother, illustrates this phenomenon perfectly. After a minor fall several years earlier, she began using a cane constantly, even for short distances within her home. At first it was just for peace of mind, she explained, but over time, I realized I couldn't walk from the living room to the kitchen without it. What began as a temporary precaution had become a permanent crutch, and her balance abilities had deteriorated accordingly. Through a carefully supervised program of balance exercises that gradually reduced her reliance on supports, Sarah was able to rebuild her confidence and strength. The turning point came when I noticed I was automatically reaching for walls even when I didn't need to, she recalled. Now I can walk through my house freely, and I feel stronger than I have in years. The physiological consequences of over-reliance on external supports are profound. When we habitually use furniture or walls for balance, we essentially outsource work that should be performed by our musculoskeletal system. The postural muscles that should engage automatically with each step become lazy, losing both strength and their rapid, reflexive responses. Meanwhile, our vestibular system, the inner ear balance mechanism, and proprioceptive system, our sense of body position, receive less practice interpreting subtle weight shifts, making them slower and less accurate. The result is a body that's less capable of preventing falls when unexpected slips or trips occur. To assess your dependence on external supports, try this simple test. Walk across your living room or down a hallway without touching any furniture or walls. Pay close attention to how you feel. Do you move confidently, or does anxiety immediately arise? Do you find yourself automatically reaching for nearby objects? If this exercise feels challenging, it's a clear sign that your body has adapted to relying on external supports rather than maintaining its natural balance abilities. The solution lies in systematically reducing dependence on furniture and walls through progressive balance training. Begin by practicing standing unaided for increasing periods. Start with 30 seconds near a sturdy support, You can grab if needed, gradually working up to several minutes. Next, try taking just 2 or 3 deliberate steps without touching anything, using proper heel-to-toe walking technique. Over weeks and months, slowly increase the distance you can walk independently, always maintaining good posture with your head up and shoulders back. This process involves both physical and psychological components. On a physical level, you're rebuilding strength in neglected stabilizer muscles and retraining your nervous system's balance reflexes. Mentally, you're overcoming the fear of falling by proving to yourself that your body remains capable of maintaining stability. Many seniors are astonished by how quickly they regain confidence and ability once they begin consistently practicing unsupported movement. It's crucial to emphasize that this doesn't mean abandoning legitimate assistive devices when they're medically necessary. Rather, it's about ensuring that we're not using environmental supports as substitutes for maintaining our natural balance abilities. With patience and consistent practice, most older adults can significantly reduce their dependence on furniture and walls for stability, resulting in improved posture, stronger muscles, and dramatically reduced fall risk. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake 5. Ignoring vision and inner ear health. The 5th, and frequently underestimated, mistake contributing to balance problems in older adults involves neglecting 2 crucial physiological systems: vision and vestibular, inner ear, function. What many people fail to recognize is that human balance isn't simply a matter of leg strength or coordination. It's an extraordinarily complex process that integrates input from multiple sensory systems, with vision and the inner ear playing starring roles. As we age, natural changes in our visual system can profoundly impact balance. Pupils become smaller and less responsive to light changes, lenses yellow and become less flexible, and the retina's light-sensitive cells deteriorate. These changes reduce visual acuity, depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral awareness, all critical for navigating our environment safely. When our eyes can't detect floor-level obstacles, judge step heights accurately, or quickly adjust to lighting changes, like walking from a bright room into a dim hallway, our brain lacks the precise spatial information it needs to maintain balance. Simultaneously, the vestibular system inside our inner ears, often called our balance organ, undergoes age-related degeneration. This intricate network of fluid-filled canals and sensitive hair cells detects head movements and position relative to gravity. As these structures deteriorate, our brain receives less accurate information about body positioning, making it harder to maintain equilibrium, especially during complex movements like turning quickly or looking upward. The case of Tom, an 80-year-old former tennis player, perfectly illustrates how these systems interact. An active man his entire life, Tom began experiencing unexplained stumbles, particularly in unfamiliar environments or low-light conditions. "I just assumed it was normal aging," he said. "I'd catch my toe on slight unevenness in sidewalks or misjudged steps." A comprehensive evaluation revealed multiple contributing factors: outdated eyeglass prescriptions that failed to correct his developing cataracts, significant hearing loss that also affected his vestibular function, and undiagnosed benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, a common inner ear disorder. After updating his glasses, receiving hearing aids, and completing vestibular rehabilitation therapy, Tom's improvement was dramatic. "It was like someone turned the lights back on," he marveled. "I hadn't realized how much sensory information I'd been missing until it was restored." The crucial insight here is that most age-related vision and vestibular problems are treatable, yet they often go unaddressed for years. Regular comprehensive eye exams, not just basic vision screenings, can detect correctable issues like cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or outdated prescriptions. Specialized tests can evaluate depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral vision, all critical for balance. Similarly, vestibular disorders like BPPV, labyrinthitis, or Meniere's disease often respond well to targeted therapies when properly diagnosed. Particular warning signs that should prompt professional evaluation include frequent tripping or stumbling, especially in low light conditions, difficulty judging steps or curb heights, new sensitivity to busy visual environments, like crowded stores, episodes of dizziness or vertigo, particularly with head movements, a sensation of floating or swimming when walking, needing to touch walls for stability in dark environments. Many older adults dismiss these symptoms as inevitable consequences of aging, not realizing they might signal treatable conditions. Neglecting vision and inner ear health can have serious consequences. When these systems send unclear or conflicting signals to your brain, your body has to work much harder to maintain balance, using unreliable data, which greatly increases your risk of falling. The good news? Many of these issues are both identifiable and treatable. Updated eyeglass prescriptions, especially those that enhance intermediate and near vision, can make a big difference when navigating floors and steps. Treating eye conditions, engaging in vestibular rehabilitation, and even using hearing aids, which often help with balance as well as hearing, can all contribute significantly to improving your stability. Simple adjustments at home can also help. Better lighting, especially night lights, high contrast tape on stair edges, and yellow-tinted glasses to enhance contrast in dim environments are practical tools that offer extra support. What's most important is understanding that vision and inner ear health are not separate from balance. They are core parts of it. Just like muscle strength and flexibility, these systems need attention and care. By actively maintaining them, you give your brain the clear, accurate input it needs to keep you steady and confident on your feet. Taking a holistic approach to balance, addressing physical strength, body awareness, vision, and vestibular function, is your best defense against falls and the potential loss of independence they can cause. Don't let correctable issues quietly chip away at your stability when solutions are well within reach. So, what's one thing you'll start doing today to support your balance? Maybe it's working on ankle strength, practicing daily balance exercises, or evaluating your footwear for better support. Share your commitment in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're taking away from this. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that empowers you to move with confidence and live without fear. Thanks for watching, and remember, the small steps you take today can lead to strong, steady strides tomorrow. See you in the next video.